All right. Welcome everyone to Ignite tonight. We're so happy that you are here. The topic for this week is team culture. And I don't think we could have ever predicted that this would have been a perfect week to talk about team culture. And to talk about that with us is an amazing friend of mine, known her, I don't even know how many years, a long time. Jacquelyn Roy from Oklahoma will be talking to us about team culture. And if there's anyone that really knows how to do a great job with that, it's her. So Jack, I'm going to let you go ahead and have the time.
Awesome. Thank you, Shelly. And I saw some of my besties from far away on here, Karen and a bunch of other people. So thank you for having me on tonight. My name is Jacquelyn Roy. Like Shelly said, Shelly is one of my favorite Cincy sisters. We've been roommates together at events, and I absolutely adore Shelly. So, but I've been in Cincy. It was 13 years this last year, and I'm kind of a grandma, as they are. Shelly and Karen, a bunch of them are grandmas in the Cincy world. But one thing that I feel like there's not a lot that I'm great at, but one topic that I feel like I'm really good at is culture. So before I go into just the thick of that, I will say in 13 years, I have dealt with a lot of ups and downs with Cincy. I've dealt with orders taking 2 months. I've dealt with orders getting lost, lots of orders. I've dealt with, I can't even think about all the different scenarios that a lot of us have had to deal with. And I feel like the reason our group has done so well is because we've created a group of culture of positivity and a great community. And I think that's what's gotten me through a lot of the tough times. And I feel like my leaders are a reflection of that. I have some really amazing leaders that are always turning lemons into lemonade, and they're all looking at the bright side of any scenario. And I really think that's the key to make things work in direct sales long term. If you're going to be in direct sales for a long time, it's not always going to be roses and daisies. You're going to have a lot of ups and downs, and that's just the truth of it. It's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to be fun. Sometimes Cincy is not fun, and I mean that. I'm passionate about Cincy. It's what I love to do, but there are some scenarios, just like yesterday, where things aren't necessarily fun, and you have to you have to know your why. You have to know why. You have to know that Cincy's always got our back, and you have to know that we are a part of something that is really, really special. So, a few examples of yesterday and just how our group handled our culture is as soon as things turn sour, which they sometimes do when we have LTOs. I will remind you, if you've been around for a couple of years, that before Cincy introduced the queue, we routinely would crash the websites when we would go and try to order things. I don't know if you blocked that out of your system, Shelly and all of you, but some people can't stay in the queue. I personally love the queue because I remember when I was trying to order the Darth Vader and we just crashed that system, and it was very painful and it was tough. And I remember Cincy saying, we're going to do things differently. And they did. So I have faith when things really flop that Cincy will change things up, and they did then, and they developed the queue. Well, the queue crashed yesterday because you know what, you guys, Cincy is one of the most popular products on the planet. All right. And we somehow crashed a crashless system. That's how amazing and how popular Cincy is. With that being said, when it happened, I went right to my team page and I let people vent just a little bit, not vent, but I let them say, oh my gosh, are you getting bad gateway? Yes, I'm getting bad gateway. What do I do? Refresh, so I let that happen. When people started venting, I can't stand this. This is horrible. I hate it. This Cincy, I started just deleting. And I'll tell you why, because you have one negative energy and it's going to create a whole bunch of negative energy. So the first thing I did, and as a leader, you guys are all leaders on this call, I was told, as a leader, you have to take a stand and spin positive, even when it's hard to spin positive. I know a lot of you, if you're on the director page, so many negative threads were on there. I honestly don't even look at the director page anymore, but so many negative threads on there, but people were yearning to hear from home office, right? They're yearning to hear that, they're listening to us, or they know things are going on, or they know there's issues. Just like they yearn for that, your team yearns for you to step up and be a leader. Even if it's just a Facebook Live rambling and showing your kids, but saying, hey, I'm here for you guys. They want to hear from you. So I went immediately and did a team Facebook Live. And like I said, this is just one example of creating culture. I went on there and did a Facebook Live. I said, here's the deal, guys. I didn't get mine either. I've wasted an hour of my life, and I didn't even get any because bad gateway came up. I could A, choose to be bitter, or I could B, face the fact that Scentsy is so popular right now that we can't keep it on the shelves and things are selling out in minutes. And I could A, be, or C, be, griping about my customers aren't going to get this, or customers aren't going to get that. Or I could really set a tone and message my customers and say, listen, since he's so popular, it sold out in minutes. I was prepared to order. They will do a pre-order, but that means that you won't get your product for, could be up to 4 or 5 months. Are you okay with doing that? If so, I'll throw in a free bar. Every customer that I messaged that didn't get theirs, they were more than happy to wait because their daughter loves Stitch. So it's all about how you handle it. And I told my team, listen, no one died. All right. I've got a leader on my team. Her name's Leslie and Daryl Jeter, and they lost their father 3 days ago. All right. That's something to be sulking about. That's something to be upset about. Not getting product, as sad as it may be, no one died. All right. We will move forward. We'll put one foot in front of the other. Does it suck? Yeah, it sucked. Right. It sucked. It sucked to miss out on the PRB. It sucked that my customers didn't get that. It sucked that I wasted an hour of my time. But listen, no one died. I'm going to put one foot in front of the other. I've been with Scentsy long enough that I know they're going to make things right. I've been with Scentsy long enough. I know they're going to bring it back out again. I've been with Scentsy long enough that I know they're going to try to change things up and look into the issue to make sure this does not happen again. Those are the things I know. And I think just going on and sharing that with my team, instantly, I started getting messages. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I needed to hear that. I just need to know people are listening. I need to know that Scentsy understands. It helped me that you didn't get your product too, because I thought all SSDs just got their product. Thank you so much for a positive spin on it. And I think they just want to hear from you guys. They're yearning for that. And so as soon as I was done with my live, I went to my leadership page and I did the exact same thing. And I'm not saying that, I told people on my live, I said, listen, I know I'm empathetic because I missed out on mine too. But I also know Scentsy doesn't want this to happen. I also know that if they knew this was going to happen, they would completely switch things up. All right. I know they would have. They don't want us to pull our hair out every Monday. And I know they're listening. So I think creating a culture is creating a safe environment. And I tell my team, our page is a page that you can share your thoughts, your ideas. You can share what's working for you, but you can never vent or post negative things. That comes to me. And I told them on my live video, if you're really upset and you need to vent, personally message me. And I got 3 messages from team members who just needed to vent, and I let them. And I said, I hear you. I'm so sorry. I know that your friend really needed that stitch. Let's try to find you one. So I messaged a few friends who always order a few extra, or to see if they ordered any extra. And that's how we took care of it. And I think they felt better that someone listened to them. So as a leader, it is really, really vital. I have some leaders that they said, I'm just going to ignore my team page today. It's just easier. And I said, no, do not do that. That's the worst thing you can do. It takes one bad egg in your team to create this just environment of hate and negative and horrible and Scentsy sucks and this and that. And if I was a new team member joining your team and that was the first post I saw, I don't know if I'd want to be on your team. And that's what I always tell my people. Whenever they post something negative, I delete it and I message them. And I said, I think about it like this. Would your post upset or make Scentsy look different if a brand new consultant joined today and saw it? If that's a yes, then I remove it. So I very, 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 very rarely ever deal with negativity, right? And I am probably a glass half full, a little bit too much of a person, if that is possible. But I am always trying to spin how this can be better. And I will say, as leaders, you need a group of people you can vent to. You need an upline you can vent to. You need a best friend you can vent to. Don't ever use your team page. Don't ever use your personal Facebook page. If you go on your personal Facebook page and you go on there ranting and raving about this restaurant was horrible, the service sucks, this, and that, you're setting a precedent with your team, right? So create a positive personal Facebook page as well as you do team page, right? You want your team to look up to you. So be that culture. If you are a negative glass half full type person, you may really struggle with this. And if you do, maybe you have a few team members that are really good at that. And you're going to say, hey, listen, I struggle with being positive. I struggle with glass half full. I need you to go live on my team page. You're one of the most cheery persons I know. I need you to go live. I need you to be that person for me. Can you be the cheerleader for my team page? If you can be my cheerleader on my team page for the next month, go live a few times, share ideas. I'll have a gift for you at the end of a month or two, or whatever that looks like for you. But creating a culture is creating something that people want to be a part of. I had a girl once tell me, she said, there were a lot of times I thought about quitting Scentsy, but I didn't want to miss out on all the stuff on your Facebook page. I didn't want to miss out on the get-togethers that you have at your house. I didn't want to miss out on that kind of stuff. So I sell my minimum. I'm like, well, let's work on selling more than minimum. But to me, it made me feel like she felt like she was a part of something bigger. And that's really what anyone wants to be a part of. You can probably almost brainwash your team into thinking they're a part of something bigger by saying things like, we have one of the best team in Scentsy. That we have one of the most positive teams in Scentsy, or that we have one of the best group of leaders in the whole company, right? By saying things like that, you're affirming to your team that they mean something and what they're doing means something. And every chance I get, probably about every leadership chat that I have, I do a leadership chat with my group once a month with all my directors or DQs and higher, some SSDs that have fallen off. But the first Thursday of every month, we do a chat, and I tell them every month that I am so proud because I have one of the most positive groups in all of Scentsy. And I think that they've heard it long enough that for whatever reason, they portray positivity, and maybe it's because I've set that example, but I zap negativity. I don't let it happen. And I think that comes to you guys. You guys need to create an environment that people don't want to leave. And that's success with Scentsy to me, right? Anyone can create a group that sells and recruits, but when you've created a community of people who want to be there, who want to get on your Zoom meetings, who want to meet you one-on-one, who want to be a part of your team, who want to be shouted out on your team page, that's a pretty cool thing that you have. And if you haven't created that culture, you can start today. I would encourage you to start recognize people more. Maybe every Monday you do recognition. You do shout outs. Every Monday you shout out the last week who commented the most, because you can go look at your analytics. Maybe you shout out your team cheerleader for the week. Maybe you shout out one person for being active. You just go through and pick one person. I want to shout out to Shanna Williams for being active this month. Maybe your team isn't active at all, right? No one's commenting, no one's posting, everyone's ignoring me. We've all heard it, right? So change that. Contact 4 people from your team and say, listen, we're going to change up my team page. It is not active. I want to create a culture that's positive. If all 4 of you go live once a week, oops, am I still here? Okay. If all 4 of you go live once a week for 4 weeks, and promise to comment 5 times a week on someone's post, I'm going to have a gift for you at the end of a month. All right. You may be bribing communication, or you may be bribing activity on your team page, but I guarantee you it's going to start changing the culture of your team on your team page. And then the next month you pick 2 other cheerleaders or 4 other cheerleaders and say, if you can go live, 4 times in the next 4 weeks. Comment 5 times a week on people's posts. Cheer them on. I'll have a gift for you at the end of 4 weeks. If you start doing that, if you start recognizing awesomeness and happiness and going live and sharing ideas and handpicking those people, right? You're going to create this culture of, wow, her Facebook page is so active. Oh my gosh, did you see Jillian's live that she did? Oh my gosh, did you see Samantha's? And instead of you only being the person that goes live, pick your cheerleaders out, have your cheerleaders set up each month, ready to go so that activity goes up. Start recognizing your team that is commenting the most. Go to your analytics and every month post, I want to give a shout out to these 10 people because you guys commented or posted the most in my team page. You guys are my team cheerleaders and you're going to get something special from me this month. It could be something as small as a scent circle or a $1 cookie from Cheryl's.com or a popcorn ball from Popcorn Factory, right? But what you recognize is what you're going to get. If you recognize activity on your team page, you'll get more of it. If you reward people for going live on your team page or helping, you're going to get more of it. So those are just a few things that I do to create a culture within my team that people want to be a part of. When I did my Zoom last month for my team, I don't know how many times that I said that I have one of the best teams in Cincy. I'm so proud of my team. You show up, you go up, just things that I want engraved in their head. I recorded my call. I even told them if they got on the training at the end, we would do a couple drawings. So I got more people on because of that. I posted the link. So you guys are if you want your group to be more active, you got to be involved and you got to be creative and step outside the box. You got to recognize awesomeness. You got to recognize the things that you want to show up. Maybe you do a positive Tuesday post and you talk about one person in your group who's always positive and highlight it. Well, if you start doing that every Tuesday, you're going to have to start having a lot of positive pennies pop out of your group page, right? Because they're going to be like, oh, I hope she recognizes me next as positive for, to this Tuesday post that she does every Tuesday. So recognize what you want, delete the negative, tell people to vent up, not down. Don't put up with negativity. I have a post pinned at the very top of my team page. It says, no negativity. Any negativity will be deleted. No in search of. I don't do any in search of on my team page because we have over 1,000 people. So I have a post pinned at the top for in search of product. If they're in search of something, they can put it there. They can't sell a bunch of stuff, but if they're really desperate for a customer, that's the thread that they look for on that. Let's see, they can't post other product on our page, obviously. And I probably in the last, I would say 4 years, I've had to delete maybe a handful of people from my team page. The precedent is it's a positive place. It's funny because we have created such a culture on my team page. If there's anything negative, I get a text from someone. The last thing I can think of is I got a text from one of my girls and she said, oh my gosh, go to your team page. You need to take this post down. And so I went to my team page and I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. So I deleted it and I messaged the girl. And so that's when I knew right then that I had created a really positive culture within my team page when I have team members messaging me to delete stuff because it makes them cringe, and I've told them I want a page that a new recruit can go on and she sees how awesome our team is, that we don't just gripe about everything, that we have each other's back and that, they can ask anything and it's not dumb. Right. I mean, there can be some stuff that's dumb, but we won't call them out on it. So you guys, it's up to you guys whether to create that culture that people want to be a part of. You just said, what do you say to a team member when you have had to delete their post? Great question. So I just messaged him. I say, hey, Debbie, I saw that you posted venting about, let's make up something, venting about consultant support and how you had to wait on hold for 45 minutes. Here's the deal. I know it stinks. I can empathize because I had to wait on hold with them, last time for at least an hour. I'm really sorry. Post like that is a venting post. You can always message me if you want to gripe about consultant support. But as far as our team page, I want it to be a safe environment. That way, if you add a new team member today, that's not the first thing that they see. So I always say that if you added a new team member today, I don't want that to be the first post that they see. I just want you to, and I always end it with a positive. I just want you to know, I'm so glad that you're part of our team page. Again, I'm always here if you want to come to me. So that seemed to work. And I've had people that are angry at me. I'm not venting, or you're not letting us have a safe place, or this and that. I said, you know what? Your safe place is, you can personally message me, but this is my team page and I want to run it the way I want it. And I want new people to come on and feel like it's a safe environment. And so it's ultimately your responsibility, right? And it's ultimately your page, not theirs. So you set the limit on what you want. You set the limit whether this page is going to be active. You can't always blame your team. You have to help get it active, right? You have to make sure there's pertinent information. Make sure this page is important to people. Maybe people aren't even checking the page. So maybe one day you do an incentive and say, turn on notifications to our team page, put a screenshot below, and you'll get your name in a drawing. Because some people might check the team page, but they don't have notifications turned on. So reward what you want, right? Another one that I love to do challenges with gift cards. So one thing I love to do is message 3 customers how thankful you are for them, and post screenshots below, and you'll get your name in a drawing. I love to do things like that. And I love to do it where they have to post proof and things like that. I think it creates a really fun environment. I think it rewards behavior that you want done. Maybe it's that go on your Facebook page and share why you're thankful for Cincy. Screenshot your live video, post it below, and you'll be in a drawing for something awesome, and so you guys are the leaders. You create the culture that you want. Yesterday was a sucky day, and I told my leaders, I'm here if you want to message me. I'm here if you need to vent to me, but your team page is not the place for that, and you guys need to zap that now. Because Cincy has always had our backs, and I promise they will after all this. They will still have our backs, but your team pages are not there for Cincy to be bashed. A new consultant does not need to join and see that as their first post. And I had 2 new team members today, and I'm so thankful that I deleted all the bashing yesterday, because I don't want that to be the first thing that they see. So as a leader, you create the culture. And I was talking with another SSD, with Shelly on here earlier, about how if you've been around Cincy for a long time, they're always going to have our backs. If you've been around with Cincy for a long time, when things go sour like they did yesterday, they're going to make changes. I can assure you of that. I know it can be scary if you're a newer leader, worrying about this every Monday, but I promise you, Cincy is looking into every aspect of what happened, why the bad gateway came up, why we crashed the queue, spending hours and hours and hours making sure it's right just for us. All right. I can promise you they're doing that probably still right now, if they haven't already found the solution or found what went wrong. But in 13 years, I have learned that I would never, things aren't always going to be easy. Things aren't always going to be positive, but sometimes as a leader, you have to vent up and positive down. And yesterday, if I'm being honest, when all that happened, I was really upset, and more upset for my customers. But then when I just kept seeing all this, it made me just really upset. And I chose as a leader to not let it ruin my Monday. I chose as a leader to make positive out of it. I chose as a leader to delete negativity. I chose as a leader to make sure my team had a good culture. I chose as a leader to be an example and let them know, listen, I didn't get it. I feel the frustrations. I can empathize, but I love my Cincy. Cincy will make this right. And no one died, right? We will put on our pants tomorrow. Wait, not our pants tomorrow. I mean, hopefully you're wearing pants where you're ordering, but we will get up tomorrow as we did today, and it'll be a little less painful. And then next week we'll kind of forget that all this happened, right? Because that's what we do. And although the moment seems big and we seem very, very upset, this too shall pass. And there are bigger things to worry about. And it does suck to miss out on PRV and money and food on the table for your family. But the cool thing is, since he's selling fast, since he is bringing out all this cool stuff, so our numbers can go up. They're doing this for us, you guys, too. And we will live to see another day, and it will be better next time. So that's just my 2 cents. Oh, you're welcome, Debbie. You're so sweet. But I think that positivity and the way your team culture is up to you. I can hand tell you the leaders I have who have crappy team pages or have negative culture. It's because they're negative people. And I really hope that's not you. If it is, I hope you start to change things. I hope you start to insert positivity or have people help you insert positivity in your team page, because you want people to want to be a part of your group and your team, and you want people to be proud that you're their leader, right? I know that there's no better feeling when I have someone come up to me and they say, "We're so proud that you're our director or SSD," because then I know I'm doing something right. I might not always be happy. I might not always have things go my way. It might be a struggle. It might be tough, but you know what? They're proud. They're underneath me. And I hope all of your people, I hope you've created a culture, or if not, you start to, of an environment that people are proud that you are their leader. Don't be the leader. Oh, she's always venting on her page, or she is always griping about something, or she is always griping about Cincy, or she is always negative about this and that. Sorry, I had a phone call right there. Don't be that person. All right. Be the person that people are proud to associate with. Hey, she's my person. Hey, I am proud she's with me. Right. So with that being said, what questions do you guys have? Or Shelly or Karen, do you guys have anything you want to add?
Oh my gosh, that was great. I mean, I had some good takeaways from that. I love what you said about even texting, having them text their customers. Like I've never thought of that. It's, post a story or, follow up, but I love that they are, I got interrupted at the very first time. But I love that instead of asking for something, you're having them tell their customers how much they're appreciated. And that does bring about even more positivity, not just on your team page, but for their business.
Yeah, kind of the ripple effect, like when someone pays for your drink at line and then you pay for someone else's drink. It's kind of that ripple, that positive rippleness. If you can create positive ripples in your business and then do challenges to create positive ripples in your downline business, or hey, everyone posts, like we talked about, everyone post on your personal page why you're thankful for Cincy. Think about if 100 team members do that, all the positiveness on social media about Cincy. That's just a ripple effect, right? And you can do those challenges with an easy incentive that they get a scent circle. You're going to draw one name for a scent circle. So you don't have to break the piggy bank. You could also say every person that goes live on my team page this week and shares an idea that's helped you in your business will get entered into a drawing for a gift card or something, I think personally for me, what's worked the best, Shelly, too, is by picking out cheerleaders. So having different cheerleaders for the month and saying, hey, you're my girl this next month. If you will go do 4 lives on our team page and comment X amount of times, I'll have a gift for you at the end of 4 weeks. I feel like it gives them purpose and it gives them meaning. And then it lets my team hear from someone other than me. And it creates different interaction because now they're on there and other people are listening because it's someone new. But all that kind of stuff is up to you. You create that environment.
Love that. Karen, did you have something to add?
I was just going to say thank you for speaking. I always love hearing from you. You always have such great stuff to share.
I miss you.
It's always a pleasure.
I feel like I haven't seen you in forever, Karen. Like literally.
I know.
Oh,
you need to come back and visit me on the island.
I know. Oh my gosh. I need to tell Brad to go play in a tournament over there. And
you do. Yes.
But yeah, I appreciate you guys asking me to be on tonight. This was perfect timing to talk about culture because yesterday was such a crazy day. But you guys as leaders can feed into that negativity and comment, or, I deleted so much stuff. I deleted even them saying, oh my gosh, I had to wait for an hour and blah, 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 blah. I just deleted it. And I might have pissed some people off, but I do feel like that people who breathe positivity or their heart can't handle any more negativity thanked me for that. I might tick a few people off, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm keeping a safe culture environment. And that's, as a leader, that's your job. You might make people mad. I make people mad. You may make people mad. But in the grand scheme of things, they're going to look back and say, I was mad because I lost out on one stitch. I'll get over it. Jacquelyn was right. Or maybe they won't ever say I'm right, but they might say, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, I missed out on a couple of stitch orders. My customers are fine. They're all living. They're all going to make it. It's all going to be okay. Right.
Everything will be
Yes.
fine. Thanks again, Jack.
Hey,
We
you're
appreciate
welcome. I love you guys. I miss you guys.
You too. Hopefully we'll all get to see each other very soon.
I hope so. And
Cross my fingers. If not, maybe I'll just drive up to
hey,
Oklahoma.
come on, girl. Hey, come to the Roy Oasis this summer. Come swim with us.
What? The Royal Oasis?
The Roy
Yeah, that
Oasis.
backyard looks amazing.
Oh, I need to go look.
Yeah. Come. The Roy Oasis. You can come swimming anytime.
I love it. I'm coming. All right. Real quick, a few last minute things to take care of. The challenge and any other resources will be posted tonight in the unit. I'll be posting those shortly. And then your small group projects need to be presented on the group page by the end of the month. So you have till the last day of the month. So get that done. Don't procrastinate. Be a recovering procrastinator, just like me, and get it done sooner rather than later. It is not an account. This is so hard to talk today. It is not an accountability partner thinking week. So you still get to be with your same person and get to know them a little bit more and stay accountable. Any other things that I missed or any last minute questions? All right, perfect. All right, well, if you do, reach out to your SSD, your accountability partner, your small group. You have so many options, or of course, you can post on the page. Have a wonderful week, and we will see y'all next week.